Ladies and gentlemen and sports fans in general, welcome to this week's version of the TBR Handicap, back to where it all began, the Epic KOM, the original and the best. If you think you are hard enough, come and have a go at this, come and get some. Fill your boots at the TBR Handicap. It's the toughest race going around. Newcomers, this is a weight-based handicap on Zwift. Everyone has an equal chance of winning. And this is an insight into the mind of new Spudmaster James New as he issues the go, go, go sign, and racing is live, ladies and gentlemen. Call out to this week's starters as we see the opening slopes of the Epic KOM. You cannot win this race at this particular juncture, but you certainly can lose it if you go out too hard. Very important to measure your effort, as we say every week. So we have this week Hatsis, Cleary, Keen. Strong performer over his opening two performances at the handicap. TBR's favourite Canadian Rob Visser. Moriarty. Ooh, Moriarty out of Ireland. Let's see how he performs. Miller, James New, Warwick Petshak, TBR stalwart. Badams is back for some more. McKillop. Heavey. Simon Heavey back with us, racing again. He would be familiar with TBR viewers. This time of year he'll be training for his Tour de France trip, of course. Steve Hill, Warwick, and Simon Johnson, who I think was under pressure at the rollout. As we see riders making their way up towards, through the village and up on towards the castle. It looks to be Moriarty and Heavey have prized open a small gap. This is Simon Heavey now, working at 165 beats a minute. He knows what this race is all about for sure. And I think we see there in the comments, this is the actual birthplace of the hashtag Where's Joel? Let's get this moving. Hashtag Where Are You, Joel Burns? Get on back here. It's not all about UCI events. This is Keen now, receiving a bit of motivation from the Golden Shaft himself. That is controversial. And Craig Keen, he's right though, 139 beats per minute. It's not going to get this done this week, that is for sure. As we see a quartet here of riders, look at this. Hill, Visser, Warwick and Petshak, with McKillop not far behind. If this four can work to pull back, Heavey and Moriarty has flown the coop somewhat. Heavey and Moriarty together as we see them now though, and look at this fascinating and spectacular imagery from the KOM slopes. This race being run during the night, making scene conditions a little tough, I must say, but this is now Cleary and New riding just off the back of that quartet, although as we come through the gallery, there you can throw a blanket over them. McKillop, Warwick, Visser, Steve Hill, Petshak, New and Cleary. Hatsis shortly after that. Oh, Pitcher. Didn't mention Pitcher early on, but there he is. He's popped up. Keen, not able to duplicate his efforts of previous week, and that was him here. Here he is. Oh, New wants him to lift the heart rate. 152. He's having a ride, but it's not going to win this event at that sort of intensity levels. Moving forward to James New now, and the riders are in the rollers. A tricky section to maintain momentum. This is the rider Hatsis. As we move forward to Cleary and Warwick. Say it every time, we find these little groups of riders throughout. Cleary and Warwick, then only a few seconds back to Visser, Hill, Petshak, James New after that. Bit of a mishap at the front of the race. It looks to have been Moriarty and Heavey over the line. That quartet we'd been following throughout after that. This is Hatsis getting encouragement from ride leader. Reminder that the race does finish at the race banner. We're inching it closer. It's hopefully going to be that KOM banner that we all know and love. Chris Keen just couldn't bridge the gap, and this is our Lantern Rouge this week, Simon Johnson. Struggling through indeed. It's been a long, lonely ride for Simon Johnson, really grinding those gears in the 50s RPM, but this has been gentlemanly stuff from James New. He's stopped and waited. He's going to let Johnson roll over the line, and I think James New will in fact round out this week's field. This week's standings then is Moriarty from Ireland first time rider, Heavey and McKillop rounding out the podium, Cleary, Warwick, Petchak, Hill, Visser, Hatsis, Pitcher, Keane, Badams, Johnson and New rounding out our field. We'd love to see you back and have a ride next week. Until then, it's bye now.